welcome to Gaming With The Goons. Today we're playing a D&D one-shot. So we play the raw 5e rules. We do have some homebrew rules in there, just to make the game flow a little bit better. And tonight, I'm Lee, and I'm going to be your DM.
The job of the DM is to allow for the player's actions and decisions to be reciprocated in the imaginary world that has been designed and structured by the DM. The player's job is to be their characters, or roleplay as their characters. This allows for a number of different outcomes and different opportunities, and really means that there is no limit to what can happen in a D&D session. It can range from the mundane to the most ridiculous extremes. So, to give you a little taste, we'll start a one-shot. So let's introduce our characters.
Hi everyone, I'm Wong. I'm playing a character called Findham Bowman, cleric by a death domain. Her background is a hunting one, and she's chaotic good.
Like, what does she look like?
So she got black hair, very skinny, and her skin is very pale, got really dark eyes. She's got low energies.
Hi guys, I'm Santos and I am Arthur S. I am a level 6 fighter. I was a soldier in Kingdom of Waterdeep. I stand at 5'9". I have short black hair, red eyes. One of them is open while the other one has a scar over it from a previous incident. He wears a chainmail, blue cape, and he's got a trident on his back, which is an heirloom one, which he never let go of.
Hi, I'm Grant, and I will be playing as Fandurin, who is a wood elf ranger of the Beast Master archetype. Fandurin stands at approximately 5 foot 11 inches and has a mid-toned complexion. His hair is long and light brown in colour, with a squeeze around the back to keep it away from his face. Fandurin also wears a lightly armoured royal blue tunic with intricate, yet damaged, gold lame detail along the sleeves and waist. His riding style trousers and boots are dark brown. Fandurin is chaotic lawful in nature and is 448 years old.
So let's get started on our first D&D session. So to set the scene, our adventurers find themselves in a dusty, sandy town. The wind blowing, spreading thin streaks of sand through the air. A group of adventurers put together by the Council of War heading into town to investigate the mysterious loss of memory that seems to be spreading out around through the town. The adventurers approach the town, which is one long strip. All the doors appear to be waist high and swing open, all wooden slatted.
So are you saying that this place is a dwarven place in a way?
If dwarven the westerners.
Okay, well, so everyone, where do you want to? Shall we split up and look through the houses, or do you want to go to a house, see if which houses look available to go to, looks free to go to? How do you guys feel about it?
What you do notice, outside there's not that many people. There do seem to be some noises coming from the houses. You can see an inn about halfway down the street. That seems to be quite a bit of noise coming out, some music, just general chatter. There are a few horses tied up outside the buildings. There's a few houses, all wooden slatted, look a bit weathered from the sand.
Fandurin, shall we both go see what's happening over that side? Looks a little bit more louder than usual.
I'd agree. Let's head towards the noise. We're bound to find more about this town.
Okay, Fenim, what do you think?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, we're going to head over to that side.
Yep, so you head over towards the inn. Findham following you. You going in?
Yeah, is the door open or not?
The door's yeah, it's basically a swing door. So as soon as you push it, it will swing open.
Okay, then I gently push it because in case there's someone behind it, I don't really want to knock them over, you know. Like you said, is like a dwarven height kind of thing. Like, so I'm gonna slowly open the door. Hopefully, I don't knock anyone out, and just have a look, see if there's see what's inside it. Obviously.
Okay, so initial look, open the door. It seems to be a rectangle shaped room. There is a bar at the very far side. There seems to be a bunch of round tables, people playing cards. There's some people just drinking. In the corner there is a red tiefling in sort of a long black trench coat. It's just playing on the piano. Just a general sort of atmospheric music. Very jolly. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Shall we go look for the barkeeper and have a chat with him, see anything's going on around here?
I'd agree. Let's take a break from this sun and the heat. I think grab a drink.
Good choice. Venom, you coming, or are you just gonna not talk to us for the whole thing and just keep nodding? I know what kind of person you are, but a good reply would be good, nice from you. Okay, well, let's keep moving on then.
And not again. I didn't say anything.
Nice.
Then we're gonna head over to the barkeeper, and I'm actually gonna ask him first. How much is it for an ale?
5 silver pieces.
5 silver pieces.
And the person you ask as well is it's a barmaid. She says, "Hi, I'm Anna." Excuse my terrible accent for that. She's human, very pale considering the sun outside. 5'9", so not hugely tall, and just sort of wearing general commoners garbs. With an apron that's tied on with just like the beer stains, basically, where drinks have been dropped down or like cups have been dropped.
I can tell that she's not a good barmaid, but anyway, let's go. Hello there. My name is Arthur, and I have my friend Fandrin, and I also have Venom on this side. Please do excuse Venom. She's not much of a talker, so we'll do all the talking around here. We've had a little request from someone around here saying that has heard of some incidents that's been going on around here. Is that true or not?
She goes, "Well, there have been some people who've been losing their memories."
Is it lately, or has it been an occurrence over the few weeks?
It's normally been a long occurrence. But recently, the frequency, it's been going on for a long time, but the frequency has increased recently.
You sound.
What happened to the people who lost their memory?
Well, after a couple hours, they tend to get the memory back.
Full memory?
They only tend to lose short-term memory, as far as I'm aware. But the frequency that is happening is getting quite extreme, and we suspect and we believe that it might permanently affect their memories if this keeps happening.
Is there anyone here in the bar who lost their memories? I quietly to say that, but just directly to her, not like shouting to the whole bar.
She points you in a few tables on the other end near the Tiefling playing the piano, just sort of the table nearest to that. She also points to the Tiefling that is playing the piano.
Do they end up going somewhere when they have the lost memory, or just
to the local physician? She points you down further down the street. There's a house that looks unassuming from the outside. It's the fourth or fifth house in a row. If you go into that one, it's a physician or effectively a doctor's.
Okay, but where I'm from, that seems highly unusual. But you seem very, I don't know, accepting of this phenomenon.
Well, like I said, it's been going on for a long time. It's just the frequency has increased.
Okay.
Can I just quickly see if she's
I go to
like she's talking about everyone like everyone else has lost his memory, their memory. Can I see if does it feel like that she's also one of the people that might have lost?
An insight check.
Okay. Okay then.
in that case, well, at the same moment, can I go to the who
Yes, you can.
I've got a 16.
Right, so with a 16, you can tell that she's lost her memory. She seems to be so dissociated from it. She's
Okay.
not that concerned because she hasn't seen it or is not aware of anyone that has seen it.
Okay.
Findham walks to the Tiefling playing the piano, and as you approach, she does not stop playing. You notice that the cloak she's wearing is kind of covering up some more fancier garments, which is underneath, kind of sort of hidden, so no one really tries to rob her or take anything away from her.
can get close to her and whisper and say, I like your jazz.
I like your chair, did you say?
Yes,
Okay.
the jazz.
The dress or the chair?
The jazz.
The
Oh, the dress. Okay, I misheard you. Sorry. So she just sort of turns, looks, and goes, "Oh, thank you," and just continues playing without missing a beat.
I'm Fandrin, so I mean I don't know what Venom's doing, but shall we just shout over saying that you know what we're gonna head over to the where they told us to go and just shout over and say that we're going over there. Just where were we going?
Physician.
Physician, was it?
Yeah, the physician.
So
yeah.
let's head over to Physician and just tell Venom to join us at the Physician over there. Shall we do that? I mean, we've got no more leads. Everyone that's here doesn't have memory of what happened. The best person to go to would be him or her.
She hadn't told you.
Okay. Can I just ask, is the Physician a lady or a man?
So the physician's a man. She tells you his name is Farnsworth.
Okay.
And I presume we're correct in saying he's a doctor of some sorts?
Yes, she explains a physician is someone that looks at medical illnesses, but it doesn't necessarily have the same qualifications. This is common in medieval towns.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go. Shall we go over there? That's literally the only place that we can really go to. We'll shout over to Venom, say that we'll go over, and then hopefully she'll meet up with us because you know her name. We don't know about her anymore. Well, I'm gonna grab 5 silver pieces from my pouch, and then I'm gonna pass that over.
She goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot." Runs, gets your beer and hands it straight to you.
Literally get it and then just one go.
As you down it, you get all the grit from the sand, and it's probably like the worst beer you ever tasted. It's lumpy.
And Fandrin slowly puts his hand back into his pouch because clearly the ale isn't very good. But I do give Arthur a good pat in the back, just to kind of get the last remnants of sand out.
Back to Findham. Is there anything else you're asking this Tiefling, or you just stood watching her play?
I ignore them what they say and continue whisper with the lady say, I know that you lost your memories. I can help you.
She turns to you and goes, "How can you help me?"
Well, what do you need to help?
Make a persuasion roll with disadvantage. That was a terrible persuasion attempt.
Bad.
I got 12.
She does not look convinced at all, and she still is playing a piano, not missing a beat, and she just goes to you and goes, "I don't know what you've heard," leaving a long pause before she says it.
Okay, in that case, I go with the group.
Yep, so you run out, try and catch him up as they're heading down the street. Need everyone to make a perception roll.
Oh, natural one.
And Arthur has disadvantage due to his scarred eye, which means he has difficulty judging depth.
I got 18.
Okay.
16.
16 and 18 from Finham. So therefore, Fandarin heads back outside, and as he's looking around what's going on in general, he realizes he left his pet panther in between horses.
Ridicus, get down now. And he's hissing and scratching at these rather big horses.
And then does follow Fandarin. The other two happen to notice two people come out of the physician's office, and they seem to be in a bit of a daze. Are two beefy men. They seem to be almost in a trance of bewilderment.
I'll go up to them and just be like, talking about these beefy.
So as you up to them, they're like both 6'5".
Oh God, Jesus.
And about what, like 15, but of muscle, and not like
yeah.
Are they human?
They are humanoid, and they appear to be human in appearance as well. They don't really wear a shirt. They do wear trousers, and they both got like short cut hair.
Can I just ask, is it what time of the day is it?
It's like, you'd probably say best bet is probably like it's like the sun's really hot or it's close to it.
Okay. Good afternoon, sirs.
And I respectfully bow my head and say good afternoon too.
They kind of look at you bemused, and then it's like, afternoon.
Can I gauge at all if they're is it more confusion they're experiencing?
Make an insight check.
Insight is 18. 16 plus 2.
It seems to be more out of confusion rather than else. It seems to be they're a bit confused about something.
Okay.
So I'm like, sirs, it is the afternoon right now. What do you think? What time do you think it is right now?
Well, it was morning. I remember it being morning about 5 minutes ago.
Where have you been this morning?
We were doing jobs.
Which is...
And then his colleague goes, "What was our jobs?" And then between them, there's sort of a bit of a bit of confusion, and they're both saying, and one of them goes, "Rail cars? Oh, mines."
Where are these mines? Do you remember where these mines are?
And then, funnily enough, they tell you exactly where the mines are. Seems to come so naturally, like they knew where the mines were all the time, and they point you sort of past this strip, and maybe about an hour's walk northeast. That seems to be where they've got these mines set up.
I mean, how long were you down the mines, if you could remember at all?
And he goes, "Today, I don't know, can't tell you, but we're there every day guarding the entrance."
I think there's something wrong around the mine.
I was thinking that, and I'll just add to that. Do you remember coming back to town, or is it all of a sudden that?
All of a sudden, we're here in the physician's office.
Okay, so you lost a whole 4 hours, or less, or more.
You gauge that's probably about a right sort of timeline. It's a good 4 hours of a morning.
Okay. Well, I think you've done a good job today, so might as well head over to the pub and have a drink.
They both look at each other, and you get the impression they're trying to figure out where the pub is. And eventually, they begin to make their way. They seems to be getting their memory back.
Okay, Fenham, Fandarin, we need to go to the mine physicians first to see what he's got to say about the two men that just came in.
Yeah, he must know something. He just
so
yeah.
I head inside.
Yep. Is Fandarin following?
Yes.
So you all follow into the physician office. It's not really that large. There's basically like two or three beds in here. There's one person with appears to be a broken arm in some sort of makeshift bandage and sling. Well, just sort of the crude materials they can find in this area. It's a little dwarven fellow, bald head. His beard's been shaved off as well.
I shout, Mr. Farnsworth? Mr. Farnsworth?
He comes. There's a bit of a pause, and there's no and a bit of time. You hear some rummaging around towards the sort of the back of the room, and he comes out of a sort of side room and his back to the wall. His back to the wall, and he goes, "Yes, how can I help?"
The two men that just came in. Actually, sorry, I do apologise. Nice to meet you. My name is Arthur. We have been sent from Waterdeep Castle to find out what's going on with people's memories that are apparently being lost within the day. Is there anything that you can tell us about it? Because we've just had two men just come out and talk about it.
He goes, "Well, people have been losing their memories. It's been maybe short term, maybe I'd say, and it seems to be quite frequent." He goes, "Are you losing your memory? Do you need a checkup?"
I think our memory's quite alright at this moment in time, but
Is you sure? I would like to check.
I mean, you're welcome to check.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been sent down from Waterdeep, so we've just literally arrived. So if you can get it straight away.
Goes, neither do I.
I'm just going to say to the doctor saying, so I'm just wondering, so all these people who lost their memories, do you know, do they have any common thing happen to them? Are they most people work in the mine? Or...
Now that you mention it, there are a lot of people down in the mines that seem to lose their memories. Perhaps it could be related.
Can I have a quick check on the doctor to see if he's lost his memory or not?
Yeah, inside check.
Oh, 11.
You cannot
Can I
tell.
check as well?
Yeah, you're welcome to.
And can I look around the office to see
Only got 10.
if there's any like medical certificates or
Make a
books?
perception check, please.
16.
Okay, so between Finham and Arthur trying to figure out if this doctor has lost his memory, you cannot tell whether he's lost his memory or just incompetent.
I'm in my head just thinking to myself, God, is he actually really a doctor? He looks like he has no clue what he's doing. That's what I'm thinking right now.
And the funny thing is, Fandarin looking around and just having a general look and trying to be not rummaging through things, has not found a single indication to find that he's actually a real doctor. Even some of the equipment he's using is a bit questionable. Ugh.
Some dodgy stethoscopes.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a constitution check for that.
Miss Farnsworth, I would like to say thank you very much for your time, but we need to head off now, so I'll see you later. Just quickly walk out knowing that I think we might have entered the wrong place.
As you walk out, he still goes, "I still want to check your memories."
I'm good, bye.
I again respectfully bow and say, well, thank you for your time, Mr. Farnsworth. My memory, I'll let you know if my memory does fail me, but do let us know in the meantime if anyone else comes to your practice.
Oh, for sure I will.
And I creep out the door whilst keeping an eye on him.
I'm not even going to look at him. I'm just going to turn around and walk away.
I grab Finnan by the arm and kind of usher out.
You're being dragged out by Fandarin.
For your safety.
Alright guys, I think we now need to head over to the mines because, I mean, like you know, everyone around here, everyone's lost their memories, they don't have a clue, and the one who's actually given us clues is only the barmaid. The doctor was absolutely useless.
I'm not entirely convinced he is a doctor. I had a slight look, but
I mean, I thought that as well, but you know, I
Okay.
don't want to be that guy that says you're not a doctor, just leave us alone. So, I'm gonna.
Why, Doctor?
I'm. So you earlier is weren't you? Are
Yeah,
they
yeah.
our horses or are they?
They're not. They're just for probably someone in the inn, from
Okay.
what you gathered. They're
Okay.
probably owned.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not.
There's not free ones.
I will. Obviously, I'll leave that horse alone because I'm the nature of myself. I can't do stuff like that. So, but I will start walking over to the mines as how the muscly, bald-headed. Are they bald-headed? I feel like they should be bald-headed.
No, they had short hair.
Muscly, bald-headed.
They're bald-headed to you.
But I just walk over to the mines.
You did need to check out for your memory. The memory is affecting you. So, well,
Can I, on the way to the mine, can I see if there's anyone on the street?
there are a few people on the street. So as you walk out and head towards the edge of the town, there are a few people walking up and down the street, doing a bit of light shopping, or disappearing in and out of houses, coming back with different items, etc. It seems to be like a normal sort of day.
Can I see that? Sorry, go on.
Make a perception roll, please.
I got 15.
Okay, that's enough. So what you do notice is as you head closer to the mines, you do seem to notice that people seem to be a bit more, not so confused as much, but a bit more dazed, almost like they have like the ever so often brain fart, or they'll be doing something and just sort of like forgetting what they're doing.
Do I, in that case, do I see anyone's like similar people to the two guys that we just met? Like, you know, they look like they work in the mine or someone like that.
Ooh. For the role you had, I would say you wouldn't really see anyone that's clearly from the mine without actually going asking people or looking a bit closer.
Okay, in that case, do I see any housewife around?
Yeah, there's trouble to see like small commoners.
In that case, can I stop one of them?
Yeah.
Any?
Yep. So the first
and
one you stop, carrying a plate of like a basket of like berries and fruit, and she's sort of carrying it, and as you stop her, she's like, "How can I help?"
And I said, hi. There. I don't know your name. Okay. What's down there on the mine?
He goes, "Oh well, we don't know. He found something like an underground, like catacombs or something, but that's why they're excavating further."
When did they start mining?
Well, they've been mining
Did
for years,
anything
but
happen?
they've been mining for years, but they've only found that catacomb. What, maybe the last 2 weeks?
Okay. And I say thank you, and then
Come on, Fenham, we need to go. We've still got lots of jobs to do. We need to quickly clear this one and go to the next place.
Yep. So as you
I just thought,
yep. As anything else you want to do before as you're heading, or just carrying towards them?
I'm
Okay.
trying to get this job done as soon as possible because there's so many stuff for us to do, given us mercenaries. So just like, let's get this done.
I'll be the same. I don't want to hang around too long because it makes me feel uneasy.
No, that's
Just
fair
this
enough.
town.
Yep. So you managed to make your way to the mines. What you do notice is now it's past the midday sun. It's cooled down a little. There's still no shade, so it's still really hot, but it's getting a bit cooler. It's not the hottest point of the day. There's nothing around past the town. There seems to be like empty desert almost. You can feel like the sand getting really hot as well, where it's just only sand, no rocks or anything underneath. Bagheera is even with his paws, he's like walking on it, but he's kind of like, it's like a dog. If a dog walks in snow, it's like flat paws, and he's like really quick, just because it's too cold for him. It's just like the same but too hot. You manage to make your way to an area, and it seems to be a dugout pit. They've sort of dug out the sand. They've put like wooden slats and wooden barriers around to sort of hold the sand away and stop it all collapsing in on itself. There is a sort of almost diagonally down in the sand. It's become sort of more rocky, so it's covering a bit of rock and a little doorway with signs saying danger, enter with authorization. Just general miners sign.
Can I see anyone guarding the mine, or is it the mine entrance even?
Make a perception roll.
19.
Yep, so you can see, so with that roll you can see that there's actually two like burly figures actually crouched prone, covered in the sand, so they're buried sort of in the sand with their heads poking out, just in front of the mine, so you couldn't really see them until you had to have a really good eye. They seemed to be camouflaged himself with the sand, just ready to ambush anyone that was unauthorized.
Okay.
And
There's only two of them.
I don't make a big fuss, but I just point up to Finnan and Arthur and gesture in that general direction, and yeah, make it known that there are two.
Okay.
From the sand.
I look at Finnan and see what she does first.
What's Venom doing? There are two, but Fanarin has pointed out two figures in the sand, crouched prone, sort of guarding the entrance of the mine.
I'm just like, guys, we need to get inside, but I don't want to start anything unnecessary.
Yeah, I think if we cause a fight, we could end up getting kicked out of town.
Yeah.
Quite early on. I mean, we could try to make it a distraction. I can cast a fog cloud, perhaps. Might mask our entrance, but then I don't use fog very often, so
That is true.
it's not ever.
I mean, I'm not the best at going through fog as well, so if I go with someone needs to guide me. Someone needs to head front, so I've actually only got one eye.
That's true. You don't need.
In case you guys forgotten that I only have one eye at the moment.
That's in mind.
So I do need some help.
And then I'm just saying, let me do this bit. You guys just stay here. And then I just go walk. Just like pretending I'm just like a normal person. Like a, villager. And then just walk up to them. Just like pretending that I did. Just like normally just walked in. Casually.
Okay. So as you approach, about to casually walk in, they put their arms out, sort of side by side, and because they're so big, this is effectively your sort of like waist height, just arm on top of arm, and they block you and go, "Hold! You're not allowed to enter."
Okay, why is that?
And as Finn's looking around, I know where this sound is coming from. There you go. "Their minds are dangerous. You should go back to town."
Where am I? Can someone help me? Like I can't.
Psst. We're down on the floor. And as
You see them at this point?
as you look down, yeah, you see you can make out the figures in the sand. They're still hidden, but you can make out the figures in the sand. You're close enough to see them. And plus, their arms blocking you as well, so you can follow their hands and their arms down to their body, or where their body would be. You can see their arms.
At this point, I just said, I still can't see you. Like, are you like a midget or something? Are you invincible? I can't see. Like, are you hiding somewhere? Like, I can't see you. Can you come out to me?
Make a persuasion roll. And to be fair, I'll give you advantage of that because that was quite a good explanation. Apart from the term.
First one I got 9. Second one I got 11. So 19 plus. What do I need to add?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. 9. 0.
Oh, it's still enough though. They're like, oh, I guess there's no one else around. So they both stand up, and as they both stand up, they're both about, well, one's about 6'2" and one's about 6'7". They're both about 15 pounds, and they're pretty bulky.
And then I say, oh God, you two are so handsome.
Okay, we'll come back to that. What is Fandrin and Arthur doing as they see Finham basically walk up to these gladiators? Seem to be looking around for a bit, talking, and then seeing them both stand up.
I sort of say in a whispered voice, she's doing quite well, but I think we don't look like the typical miners. I don't think we'll gain access by pretending to be forgotten memory.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an armour on, and this doesn't look like, and they can tell that we're not villagers straight away. So we'll wait and see what happens with Finham, and hopefully she can get us through or somehow, some sort.
I'll agree. I'll hold back ever so slightly.
Well, I'll go forward just a little bit, but to the point that if anything were to happen, I can
retreat.
jump.
Oh, jump chain. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're maybe like 50 feet away from mine.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So back to Finham. These figures go. I'm John. The other guys, as he says that, the other one just sort of gives him a bit of a slap around the face. It seems like a hefty sort of slap. You hear like the slapping of the skin. It sounds quite loud and it sounds quite painful, to be fair. And then the one that goes, "Oh, I was John." He goes to the, "Oh, Tim, why'd you do that for?"
I just say, can I, because I am 6 foot, I'm a quite tall woman, can I try to reach and touch John's face? I was like, oh, poor John.
And as you do that, he goes, "Yeah, Tim."
And then I say, hi guys, I don't mean to make you any trouble for you guys, but for a second I thought I was like going to trying to meet my friend, have a few drinks, but all of a sudden I'm just kind of bummed into this area which is I've never been here to. You guys help me to guide me back to the town. And before anything, can I cast a magic?
Yeah.
It's called guidance. So how I doing this? I'm just using my middle fingers, touching my forehead like this. Basically, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then slowly moving to cast that spell.
So as you do that, as you say, you want one of them. Well, you want to guide you back to time. John goes, "I'll take her." Almost like without even lightation. Tim gives another slap around the face as you feel the radiance from your guidance spell, the radiant energy from your guidance spell seep through you and give you the benefits of that spell.
And then after to the other guy, I forgot his name already.
Tim.
Tim. And I said, Tim.
Losing his
I
memory.
said to Tim, it's like, Tim, you do that for? Don't necessarily. He's your partner. You need to respect your partner.
Tim goes, "You two get out of my sight, or Tim's gonna get the sharp end of a sword where the sun does not shine." And he kind of like pushes you both away.
From our perspective, guards still by the tunnel.
So you're seeing the basically them having sort of a conversation. You see Finham talking with the guard, and then you start seeing. You don't know it's John because you haven't spoken to him, but you see John and Finham begin to walk the entrance, leaving only one of these person here.
Okay,
I feel like it's time to move in.
I think so.
We'd head over to the other statue. Well, what we think is a statue or some sort.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one that stood up in front of you.
Yeah, the humanoid.
Yeah. So as you approach, you see it's actually a. It's still a human figure. It looks very similar to the people that lost their memory earlier. The same sort of dress style, same sort of hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Oh, not more people."
And then I said, we've been sent by the Waterdeep Council to come and investigate what's going on inside this camp right here.
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage for using the Council of Waterdeep, which is the Waterdeep Council.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
Oh, I only got 6. 4 plus 2.
It's not too bad because they're not the most intelligent.
One of this is a natural one as well.
So it's all right because I rolled an 8.
Oh, I
minus
got
2.
Oh, you got minus 2.
So
My
it's 6.
persuasion is at 9. My persuasion's 9.
So you only need above a 6, and they're not smart people. And he goes, "Oh, they're well esteemed."
Just to make sure that he's definite about this, I in my pouch, I bring out an insignia, which is a sign of the Waterdeep Council.
Yep, and the insignia is a face of a bear that looks like an owl. It's got a reed that's shaped in a semicircle around the bottom half of this weird looking creature.
We're gonna Fenrir, let's go through them. I'm sure Fenrir will somehow catch up to us.
And I kind of whistle in that sort of way. I can't do it, but
Yep, and then and the panther, that Fenrir's panther, then just trots along, sort of looks at Tim a bit wary, and sort of just runs quickly through the entrance.
Ridicus, come here.
So back to Finham. You've now led John a little bit away from the mine. What are you doing?
And I said, "Oh, John, do you think you can show me what it look like inside the mine? With a stick?"
And he goes, "Oh, but we got to get past Tim."
"Oh, he's your partner."
But Tim doesn't like me.
Tim is the bad guy. Come on, you can help.
You have to back me up, and I'll let you in.
Come on. Come on. Come on. We're friends already.
He agrees, but he's a bit nervous and he's a bit unsure about trying to get past him. But John takes you back to the mine entrance. Tim goes,
Before we get into that,
Yeah?
can we cast another guidance again? Because obviously 1 minute passed.
yeah, for sure.
It's only 1 minute.
So you do the same thing again. Rub your head with your middle finger, and
Middle fingers.
again get the benefits of guidance. Which, can you tell me what the purpose that was for, just for like the audience?
Basically the idea in case anything happens, audience, the spell, what can do, I can roll it and add a number roll to ability check to on the shoes.
Yes.
In case it happens that if they see if I'm lying or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So it's quite useful. It gives a little bit of a bonus to the rolls. Right. So you head back towards Tim, and he goes, "Oh, not you again. I thought you were going to town."
I was like with my big eyes.
Yeah. John goes, "I'm taking her to the mine." And he is going to make a persuasion attempt with disadvantage to Tim. So a natural 1 to a 7 minus 2. so Tim is not convinced.
And to John, not John,
Tim.
Yeah, you can come with me too. Maybe we can have a little bit of adventure.
Make a persuasion roll. Yeah, I'll let you have a straight persuasion roll, but he's not convinced.
Remember, guys, because after the spell, I can
Get that.
add a D.
Yep, you add a D4 and get a little bit of extra bonus, which might be needed in this case.
And that's in case that I got.
I should
Wow.
have insignia. That's it. Health and safety coins.
I got 15 plus 1d4. That's 6 plus dissuasion, which is 0. So
How did you get
I
six?
got
Hold on. How did you get 6 on the D4, Wong?
You can't get 6 on a D4. That's impossible. I was thinking that.
And 6.
And 6, I'm like, where'd you get that from?
4.
Oh, there you go. So he
At
still
least
rolled
still
them.
makes sense,
So he rolled
though.
the maximum on both dice as well.
So I still 90.
Yeah, so that's enough. And he goes, "Fine, but if you lose your memory, don't come complaining to me." And then he sort of pushes you into the mine this time. Funnily enough,
So are they both coming with me or just?
just John. So as you come in, so you two have gone into the mine. So you would have seen this just a little bit before Finham. You enter the mine. You see like a railway track. It seems to go on like a rocky path with a railway track on it. This railway track begins to go onto scaffoldings, and you reckon maybe the gap, looking at it, is maybe best guess 60 to 150 feet. It's hard to gauge. It's quite dark, so it's quite hard to gauge the actual distance. There is a minecart on the tracks, which seems to be a method of transportation through the mines.
Is it functioning now?
It appears to be functioning. It's held with a almost a stick, or a metal pole really on the wheels as a sort of makeshift brake. It seems to hold it in place.
I
at the
know
moment.
using a minecart would be much easier, but Fandarin, I think we should walk this. It
I
may be a
think,
bit of a journey, but if we're going at speed and we don't know what hits us, we are in big trouble. So I'd rather we
Yeah.
slowly walk. At least if we need to, we can always run away. But on a minecart, it just goes one way round, and
I'd agree.
we're in big trouble if it
That's
stops.
a big drop, that's for sure. And I think 4 of us in one cart
Yeah.
is easy to get out of control.
Yep. So make a perception roll, just in general. Same for Finham as well. If you make another perception roll.
I've been doing very well. Just rolled a 19 and then disadvantage rolled 18.
It's a 12 for me.
22.
19.
Okay, so between the three of you, you can see that it's actually quite like the rails are okay, but the wooden slats between the rails, some of them are starting to get a bit rotted and get a bit worn. They don't look the most stable. Because of your high rolls, I would say you'd be able to avoid them. On the other hand,
Good old John boy.
good old John, not the most intelligent. It's not too bad, but he's struggling a bit. So he kind of like steps on a slat and it kind of gives way a bit.
Help him?
Yeah, you can't. You
Okay,
no, yeah, you can try and give him a hand. It doesn't really help the most. It just basically stops him falling. But every now and again, he just like steps on a slat, and you just hear one just go, and just like you hear the wind of it drop, and it just like a little bit longer, and then you finally hear a little like crash every now and again.
There is a bottom.
I first of all, I get a rope and I tie it around me and Vanderin at the moment.
Only you two.
I need us two at the moment because Fenham is helping.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's near us or not. So that's why I'm only doing us two first.
Are you willing? Because you're only tied to each other.
I'm just thinking if we can anchor it in any way. It's just the rails and the wooden slats in between. And the drop.
Yeah.
I will. Oh no, because you can't remember to get the rope over the rails, would be.
No, unless you let this mountain, it would take a long time.
It'll take a long time to stop and start, so you can anchor it.
You just to each other, but
Oh no, actually. So
Just in case you fall,
are
take
we
them
quite
down.
far away from the minecart at the moment, or?
no, you could probably get back. You're maybe like 20 feet. It would take you a while to get there because you have to basically step on carefully, basically. So you could do it, and you could definitely make your way down quite easily.
Or we can just tie it onto
And where we
the.
are at this point?
Sorry, what's that?
Where's me and John? Like,
You're maybe about 15 feet behind Fanderin and Arthur. You wouldn't be too far behind. You'd obviously be a bit slower because of John.
How far left do we have down the?
So what you see is that you look down the track and you see that it seems to spiral a good 50, 60 feet downwards, and it seems to go sort of disappear into darkness. You can continue moving forwards, and I can tell you more, but at the moment you won't be able to see anything until you start heading down.
And I gesture to John and say, "Friend of Finham, do you have experience using the minecarts down here?"
He goes, John likes minecart. Minecart fun.
Are minecarts safe, though?
I'm not being funny, Vanderin.
Kinda.
The way he said it, I don't think he has a clue on how to use it.
Me neither.
Let's not go with that.
It's probably a joyride to him.
Actually, can I give it a try on how to use a minecart? I have got advantage on vehicle land, so I don't know if.
Amazing.
Right. So I'd say, based on the knowledge of wagons and vehicles like that, you know that a minecart effectively is quite easy to steer. So it'll basically follow the preset tracks until you come to a turning point. It will still follow the preset tracks, but it depends which way it's oriented. It wouldn't be too difficult to figure out.
I mean,
You basically release a brake and see where it takes you.
Oh, there is a braking mechanism.
The pole.
Okay, yeah.
So the pole on the wheel will basically jams the wheel and stops it from braking. If you are going at speed, obviously it'll take more force, and it won't stop immediately. It'll take a little bit of time.
Right, shall we give it a go? I mean, it's safer than just walking
Yeah.
slowly. Right, I take my rope back.
Yep.
And I slowly go back onto the minecart.
Okay, so you head back to the minecart.
I think I'll do the same thing, but we'll take it slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just take our time. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a rough idea on how minecarts work.
That's good, actually.
But I'm just going to say we'll just need to take it slowly, and if we need to do any stops earlier, give me a quicker shout, because I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we can just do a sudden halt or something. Because if we do a sudden halt, I'm sure we're flying somewhere.
Down there, 60 foot down.
Yeah, it's a long way down. Is Finham and John heading back to the minecart now that you've seen basically Fandarin and Arthur heading back towards you?
Yeah. I'm just going back to where's the minecart? And in the same time, can I ask John something?
Yeah.
And can I ask, hey John, how come that you two are guiding the mine? What's so dangerous about it?
People losing their memory. Plus also, we want to... This is secret. Protect the treasure. Like loudly, so you two probably can hear that, to be fair. And it sort of echoes around the cabin.
I literally just shake my head and I'm just like, they really have someone like this guarding the place. Just literally just go. I'm just like thinking, because of my soldier background, I'm just like, oh, this guy is so bad. It's literally, I just ignored it and just jump onto the minecart.
Tim's the smart one. So basically, you managed to climb on the minecart. Fandarin doing the same. Yep. So Fandarin climbs on with his panther. You managed to fit in quite comfortably. Finham can fit in, but unfortunately, John cannot fit in without like really squashing your wall. You probably got your limit.
What about can John? Guess it's quite strong, isn't it? Can he lift me?
Yeah, you can do if you want to do that. You can do that.
Hold him in the air. Hold him in the air.
So he climbs in, pushes. Ridicus' face gets squashed to the side of the minecart a bit. He then sort of moves and shuffles around between Arthur and Vander on one side of the front of the minecart. John, to the back of the minecart, basically just lifts Finham up, but of course he's now up in the air, holding Finham just in his hands. He's trying to hold tightly, but we'll see what happens.
I see something bad's gonna happen. So what I do is that I grab the rope and I tie the rope onto Finham, and I just hold onto the rope myself, and I'm gonna like, can you also hold on to this at the same time?
Yep.
So I pass the end bit of the rope to Fandarin first, and I'm just like, this is calling for trouble.
Yeah.
So I just hold on to it.
I think everyone knows what it.
And I say, thank you, gentlemen.
God's sakes.
He just looks at you longingly, and his eyes just like glisten a little bit. If you don't say anything, as you release the pole.
Yeah, gradually.
Okay, so as you release the pole, you release it, and then make a dexterity check, please.
Just straight dex.
Just a straight dex check.
17.
Yeah, that's not bad. So like you're quite good. It takes you a couple of attempts first. So initially you pull off the pole. It slides down quite fast because you are on sort of a sleep spiral. It's not too bad. Like you manage to catch it quite quickly, and you manage to sort of release, go down a couple of feet, like 10 feet at a time or whatever. Down. Put the pole back down, release again, and eventually you make your way down deeper down this spiral, in which you see that the minecart goes round a sort of right hand curve of a spiral, and immediately down and then back straight.
Once it hits the straight, can I just get the pole and just put it onto where the wheel is so that it slows us down?
You can do, but before that happens, you all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
Finham can't make it because Finham is being carried. So John's going to make a dexterity saving throw as you come down this bend, come around the bend, and as you come down, there is wooden scaffolding into a corridor. Of course.
Oh God.
And this wooden scaffolding heads into a corridor, like a makeshift corridor, which looks like it's a tunnel they've carved through, and that's to support the rocks and making them fall through. So what did everyone get?
I got 6.
Have we got 6?
24.
24? So Fandrin immediately sees it, and Bagheera sort of gives a bit of a tug on Fandrin as well, and you instantly lie flat, or squeeze down or duck as much as you can with John there. Unfortunately, you don't see. You're ready to with the pole or whatever, and you drop the rope and you're about to grab the pole. You're so focused about trying to break this, you don't see it. You get an almighty whack on the head as you hit the wooden bit, and it sort of knocks you sideways into sort of John's legs. And you take 3, 4, 5, 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Which is not too bad for 3d6.
Not bad. Okay.
Finham, on the other hand, this is bad. So you take 4d6 as you get the full brunt of the wooden panel, and that's 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
16.
Yep. As you get hit by the wooden panel, and John drops you at the same time into the minecart. Luckily, unfortunately, John also takes the full brunt of the for the wooden. He takes 13 points of damage, and he has to make a dexterity saving throw as the force knocks him out of the minecart. And so this minecart's just carrying going down now. You've hit sort of reaching the flat bit, and you're just carrying going. You picked up some speed down this sort of drop. Tron has fallen off, land on the panels, which have started to break underneath him, and as you sort of slide away, you just see the fallen figure of John behind you. As you lean back up the minecart, Phil. Funny enough, you hear like a and then hear a sploosh, like quite like echoes as you end up going through this tunnel. This tunnel's quite dark, so it's a bit sort of like flashing, like dark light. But you finally hit something solid. And you sort of bounce a bit backwards and sort of roll to a stop. Appears to be you've reached the end of the minecart.
Oh my god, what happened?
Is everyone okay? And I kind of creep back up the side. Is everyone right there? Where's John?
Who's John?
Oh, sorry, who's the big guy?
I was just like, who John? Who? What?
Finham's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Sorry, man friend.
I get up the cart, holding my head in pain. Like,
Can I just say
you get nothing back, but just the weird cries from Finham. You once you are sort of accustomed to the whole situation, you see like this rocky. You're sort of at the end of like this carved tunnel. It's sort of been carved out, and there seems to be a open doorway in front of you. But the doorway seems to be less man-made and more, well, it's man-made, but it's less. It seems to be here longer and less carved by the people doing the mining. It seems to be like an established feature. It's open, and in the next room you can see a massive sort of circular room with a few torches to make it a bit more well lit. On the other side of the room, you can see a crack in the wall. It's big enough to, appears to be big enough to walk through. But you'd have to go into the next room to see clearly.
is it dark in that room or not?
No, it's quite light, so there's enough torches to light it up. So it looks like they've gotten this far
This isn't
before.
good for me. Can I just look into the room that's right in front of us first?
Yeah. There's apart
Apart
from what I've described, there is literally nothing else you can see in this room.
Okay, so I'll go through. I'll go through into that room first.
Yeah.
Guys, Is everyone okay? I mean, except for you, Mandarin.
feel okay.
I'm sure you're fine. Venom, how are you doing? Okay.
Still crying.
Well, I mean, you can keep crying, but we need to keep moving forward. So,
Ridicus. So as Venom cries, Ridicus just makes a sort of rubs his sort of face, and then he sort of pats Venom, trying to be comforting, and then sort of just gives up.
so I'm just like, all right, let's go into the next part. I think there's a little crack in the wall over there. Can I see through the wall to see if there's anything in there?
In the crack.
Yeah.
So you walk to the crack and you see you, like yourself, stood in front of you, with 2 cracks in the eye.
Okay. Fandrin, do you want to have a look through the crack?
Down the crack here.
Yeah.
And I kind of slowly creep over. Is there any other sort of presence in the room, like any other people you can see, or?
So as you look at the
Miners.
crack, there's none in the room you're in, but as you look at the crack, make a perception roll. Apart from seeing yourself, you see yourself as well. So you look in, you see yourself, but in a emerald green tunic.
Okay. That's 8 for perception.
You're too preoccupied by this other you that you don't really get to see what's in or around the room in the other crack or through the crack.
Okay. Did you? What I saw?
I see myself.
I saw myself, but my other eye, but with both
okay.
eyes.
See, I'm wearing a green tunic.
Can you stop crying now? Can you come over here and look through the crack, please?
I wasn't crying.
Okay, well, look through the crack anyway, because we've just seen something weird. I think maybe you can sort something out.
What did I see?
You,
I go up to the what
yeah.
can look.
So as you look through this crack, you see a male version of yourself just staring back at you. Make everyone looking for a crack. Make another perception roll.
10.
16.
I got natural 1.
so Finham a little bit distraught about John. It doesn't really take too much notice of what's going on in the room. You see a glimmer of something, but don't quite see what it is. You, on the other hand, see what appeared to be Farnsworth, the physician, the other side of the crack.
Oh, actually, inside the crack.
Yes, and you appear to see behind him. You appear to see a trail of gooey, reddish, tendrily tissue that links to your alternate self.
Okay, and I just shout, Farnsworth, is that you?
No response.
I am in shock. Obviously, I'm in a shock because I hear the words Farnsworth and I'm just like,
I can see Farnsworth. In the
fake
crack.
doctor.
Yes.
Really?
Oh yes, the doctor. Yeah. And I look behind me and just to make sure he's not actually in the room with us.
As you turn around, not in the room behind you.
Can I go through the crack?
Well, as you try and walk through the crack, you walk into yourself, and as you move and try and walk through, you walk into yourself.
Can I try and grab myself?
Yeah, and he tries and grabs you at the same time. So you need to make a basically a grapple check, basically.
A grapple check.
So you need to athletics or acrobatics.
I'll do athletics. I don't know because my dice.
Oh, roll that again. It's like landed on the angle of the
Oh,
dice.
natural 1.
20, but not natural.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you go to grab him, and you're like, "Oh, this is real," and kind of like let go at the same time because like you're actually grabbing actual like clothes. He grabs you, and it's got you on his hand.
Okay.
Can I see what's happening? Can I see the?
You
hand
can
and stuff
see,
come through?
and now, which is interesting now because now you see a hand that's come out that it's grappled him.
Can I? I don't want to actually chop her off, but I just smack, just kind of
Yeah.
Knock it on way.
Yeah, make just a just general strength check.
8.
That's enough. And then roll a d4.
Oh, no, sorry. 2.
That's not too bad. So he slaps the arm of this of the hand that's come out through the crack. As he slaps it away, the hand lets go, and then you feel a sharp pain in your wrist for 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
You felt that? I'm sorry. So, your reflection. I must hit your.
We need to be careful.
Can I take another look in the crack?
Yeah, you see yourself looking back at you. You do not see. You see the trail. You see the tendril trails as well, but you don't see Farnsworth anymore.
Is anything magical about the crack, or anything I can sense?
Make an Arcana check.
13.
You, I guess it's not. It is magical of nature. It's more a crack in reality rather than magic itself.
Okay.
From what you can tell.
Out,
without being a magic specialist, you can't really tell more than that, unfortunately.
I reach out and embrace myself.
Okay,
My
so
mirror.
you hug yourself. The arms come out and hug you.
Can we rotate on the spot so I can take the space in the mirror?
Okay, so as you rotate round,
Or the crack, rather.
you sort of rotate. You feel a weird sort of shift, and it makes you feel a bit queasy. But now you're on the other side of the mirror, and you can see Arthur and Finham in the other room, but you cannot see the other you.
Oh.
However, you on the other hand see a Fandrin in emerald green clothes, just stuck stationary in the place where the real Fandrin was.
I go to Fandrin, the emerald green Fandrin.
Yep.
And I tap him on the shoulder.
Literally no reaction. He's almost like frozen.
And then I'm thinking, this has something to do with the memory loss. Like, Fandrin was wearing a blue tunic, and this guy's got green. Well, I've got emerald tunic. So, can I witnessed what he done, didn't I? When he
You did, yeah.
Can I try the same thing as well?
So you do the same, seeing what Fandrin, and then you copy him and do the same thing. You have to push the green Fandrin out of the way a little bit, and then as you do it, the same thing happens. You feel a weird queasiness as you go through the into the other room.
Mm-hmm.
You're now in this empty room with the Fandrin with the blue clothes, and the open door behind you, which is where Farnsworth ran out of. What's interesting is you don't see them tendrils anymore.
Okay.
Now you're in this room.
After seeing this, can I go up to those two?
Yeah, so you go up to the fake fan.
The light blue.
Yeah.
The fake one.
The fake Fandrin and fake Arthur.
Are they frozen?
They appear to be completely like frozen.
Can I try to touch them? See if are they real?
They're real. Like the tissue's real, and it feels like if you poked a real person, but they're just like stuck. They're just not moving or doing anything.
Can I move them?
Yeah, you can move them. They're just like
Just
stuck. But you managed to move them out of the way, easy enough.
But in the same time, can I see the wheel too?
No, you
On
can't.
the other side.
No, you
I
can't.
see them.
No. You only see when you look through. You can only see your male self and the tendrils that go through the doorway on the other side.
And if I look back, where's John?
John is nowhere to be found at the moment. He has fallen off the minecart.
Walk back and look for him.
He did fall down like 60 feet, so it would be a fruitless effort. He fell down into some water.
Oh, okay.
He fell off the minecart, then fell off the tracks and went sploosh.
I didn't know that.
What are you doing?
After I seen those two doing, first of all, I move Fate 2 on the ground.
Yep. So.
Hold them on the ground.
Yep. So you roll them on the ground so they don't move. Nice. They're just out the way now.
Okay, actually, after I put them on the ground, can I search them? Is there anything?
Oh yeah. Make a perception roll.
From the other side, they can see this.
No, you cannot.
Oh no,
You can see him. You can see Finham
Searching
searching something.
yeah, not we don't know it's us. Okay,
You can assume it's you.
okay.
You can see him searching something, but he's rolled him away from the mirror, away from the crack. So effectively,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
First I search Vanduin first. I
Yeah.
got
8. So you can't quite find his hidden pouches. So you find like 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And after that, can I search Alpha?
Yep. So you search Alpha. Make another perception investigation. Sorry, investigation.
11.
It's enough to find about 3 gold pieces of gold, but not too much else, unfortunately.
And then after that, can I do what they just did, kind of by myself? A
Yep.
male version of myself.
Yep.
And switch.
So you
At the same time, can I, when basically what I'm trying to do when I'm trying to move myself, when I switch to the other side, and then can I push it, like push the other self? It's like
yeah,
switch and push.
yeah, you can do. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
5.
So as you grab your other self and rotate round, you feel queasy, and you make your way into the other room. But at the last second, as you push away, you feel yourself getting thrown backwards as well. Unfortunately, you do land on the floor. You sort of get pushed away with the same amount of force as your alternate self falls to the ground. You fall backwards as well and take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Right, so you're now in this empty room, the crack still in front of you. All your alternate selves roll away from the mirror, or the crack. And you've got the door which is now behind you, which you saw Farnsworth run through.
I really like the rest of the team. I mentioned, I saw Farnsworth.
Let's,
What I thought was Farnsworth, head that way.
let's go through then. Standing here ain't gonna get us anything done. So I walk ahead.
Yep. So
I take the lead.
Yep. You walk through the next room, following Farnsworth, and you see him sort of look back at you, and then immediately run through the next door. You're maybe about 50 feet away from him. It's just a square rectangular room. You catch him as he's about to get away, and he's running towards the door, and it looks like he's going to pull a lever on the side of the door before he leaves.
Can I quickly draw my bow and ping an arrow, a warning shot, not necessarily to kill him, but just to hit the wall next to him to make him
Okay.
let go.
Make a attack roll, please,
Yeah.
with your bow.
20, not natural, but
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. As you pull back your bow, it ignites. It sort of ignites with magical fire. The drawstring, hot and warm to touch. You ping an arrow really quickly, and it flies whizzing through the air with immediate speed. It hits the wall very close to his fingers as he's about to pull this lever. And he goes, "You can't stop me. I need to survive." And he pulls the lever, and runs through the door. Door behind you and in front of you begins to close, and the room begins filling up with water. Having a quick look around the room, you can see that there appears to be 3 statues. There appears to be a mermaid. Looks like she's supposed to be holding something, but it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be broken off. You see a young man stood with his arms outstretched, slightly bent, and it appears to be holding something. His left and right hand point towards each other, and he appears to be looking down. You also see a merman, and it looks like he appears to have be holding a staff of some kind, or it seems to be snapped off. Make a general investigation roll. Fandrin has disadvantage as the rushing water is filling faster, and you hear the rushing of the and as the water fills up the room, and it's gradually getting higher and higher.
6.
13.
What did you get?
Investigation.
Investigation.
6.
8.
6. So, would you roll for this one?
13.
13.
8
Oh, so as you panic with the water rushing up, you don't manage to get a proper look around, and like as you duck on the water and stuff, and you're kind of getting like the running water. It's taking you a while to get used to what's going on. The room's maybe 50-60 feet high, and the water's maybe about 10 level feet. It's going up pretty quickly. Foundry, on the other hand, after the initial panic and of the Russian water, you manage to see that on the floor, underneath the water now, there appears to be broken parts of the statue. There is a horn and a book.
A horn and a book.
Only. Yeah.
Can I? Are they? I've shut up because I don't really want to go underwater. It's panicking me a little bit. I just kind of splashing, spitting water out. I see a book and a horn.
Like a musical horn.
I go down.
Yep.
After hearing it, I literally just dive straight down and grab the book first.
Yep, it wouldn't be difficult for you to do because you're not scared of water or anything like that. And now he's told you where it is. You can go down, grab the book,
and I place it on where as I'm coming up. I take it as I'm coming up. The statues are in front of me, right? Or,
The statues are quite tall. So
I put the book where the guy with the hands holding in like that. I put it on him
so the guy holding the hands inwards. You put the book on his hand. Mm-hmm. You these statues are quite fairly big. They're like 30 feet tall. So but now the water's maybe at 20 feet, so it's quite easy to do. Mm-hmm. You sort of see the statue shift down a bit as soon as you place the book in. Mm-hmm. It shifts down almost a couple of inches, and you hear like a click.
Right, I now go back down for the horn.
Yep. So you go and do it for the horn. Go to the same. You're in the same. Yeah. So you can get the horn quite easily.
Except for I go up and I'm just like, which side is the horn on? Is it with the man with the stick, or is it the other one where the woman's holding? So I go for the mermaid. I go for the mermaid.
Yeah. Yep. So you put the horn on the mermaid. You hear a click, and it sinks down. The water pressure has sort of slowed now, so it is like going slower. It's not quite. It's now like 35 feet. It's going at a lot slower pace.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I take
but
it
is still filling up.
Guys, I take it that this last one is a spear of some sort or some kind of pole that adds onto it. We need to dive. I need to dive down and have a quick check around.
Yeah, I'd agree, like a hook or a spear or something like that.
Yeah. So I literally I dive into the water.
Yeah.
And try and have a look around.
Make a perception.
I literally even because obviously I have one eye. I just
Make a perception roll. Well, make a investigation roll then, but with disadvantage. What's Finham doing? As this water's filling up, or you just sat there in the water, just chilling?
Can I at that point, is Arthur already gone? Or is it
He's dived underwater. Yeah. You're all in the
he's already
same.
gone?
Yeah, you're in the same room, but he's dived underwater.
7.
And he hasn't come back up for some time. He seems to be struggling a bit.
Okay.
What's your constitution?
In that case,
Seven.
I use magic again.
Don't have one.
I'm trying to use
16.
guidance on myself again. And
Yep.
then I say to Mandarin to say, you've been out for quite some time, so let me go down and see what's happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So you cast guidance on yourself, and you then dive down. And to be fair, it's quite easy for you to see. You just sort of see Arthur just sort of like rummaging around. He can hold his breath for some time. You'll have to come up for air soon, though.
Yeah.
Can I help out in any sort of way? I know, even just maybe bob my head under a little bit.
You can bob your head under a little bit and then make a perception roll disadvantage.
Natural 20 as well. Perception 16.
That's not too bad.
That's not
The
too
natural
bad.
20 taken away, but
First natural.
you notice there's no physical pole on the floor as such. I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's not necessarily mean it's not in the room. It's not on the floor or underneath the water.
I come back up because obviously I need to breathe again. So I come back up and I'm just like, I can't see anything down there.
Never do I.
Finham, you sort of see Arthur just float back up. Are you looking around still, or are you gonna come back up as well?
At that point, do I still have oxygen in my
You
Can I
do.
continue going?
Only for a little bit. Your constitution's not as high.
Constitution, do you say?
Yeah. What's your constitution modifier?
Sorry, say that again?
What's your constitution modifier?
+3.
Oh, so no. So you can stay down for, I believe, I want to say 4 minutes, but I'll double check. But it's still quite some time.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, can I continue deep down and look for whatever that Arthur was looking for?
Yeah. Make an investigation roll.
Can I also look around, like, because obviously I've
Yeah.
Can I just look around up top or anything like that?
Yeah.
Have a quick check.
Make a perception roll with disadvantage. Because of your eye. But
it's still high.
it's now about
13.
13.
9.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
What was Finham's roll?
What do I need to get?
What's your roll? Your investigation.
9.
So unfortunately, Finham can't find anything. You'll begin to reach sort of 45, 50 feet, and maybe like 10 feet left or so of the room. As you come up, you notice, on the roof is a trident.
Can I grab it?
Yeah, because you're high enough to reach.
So
it.
I grab it and quickly swim into and put the
Yep.
trident in.
And as you do it, you feel like it's a little. You wouldn't be able to see it, but Finham will be able to see it. But you'll sort of feel a rush of water as a tiny 5-foot hole is open and it sort of drains all the water out through it. Sort of pulls you down, sort of like a whirlpool, like a plug. But when the water gets to kind of like a low level, you sort of like spin with the current. And as it gets to sort of a lowish level, it closes up, and then there's just like a layer of water, like shoe height.
Don't want to do that again.
And the doors begin to open.
Alright, let's quickly chase him up. I think we wasted a lot of time.
I stuck around and just lean past the
Yep.
liver.
Fandarin feeling a bit dazed and a bit shocked, managed to make his way out pretty quickly. As you all leave this room, follow, it's just a straight corridor that comes into another very wide open room. It's maybe about 120 feet by 120 in diameter. So
Yeah, so it's kind of like, understand.
So yeah, it's a 120 feet in diameter room. In the center is almost like a pedestal with a shiny golden statue. You see Farnsworth next to it. He's about to take this.
Can I grab my crossbow?
Yep.
And shoot the statue?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Shoot the statue.
Make an attack roll, but add your dex modifier.
With disadvantage, I take it.
Yes, because it is a use depth perception.
11.
Or it's a good idea, but you take it out. You think you're aiming dead on, dead straight, but due to depth perception, you kind of get the arc wrong. So it kind of just like falls a bit short. So it arcs through the air. The crossbow bolt arcs through the air. Pretty accurate and not a massive arc, but just a little bit too short. Kind of like hits the pedestal below the golden idol.
I quickly shout out. I don't shout. I literally say Fandarin statue, and then I reload my crossbow.
Yep, and as you're reloaded,
Here, that's him. What?
In that case, can I ask what's the distance between me and... what's the distance?
So it'll be 60 feet. He'll be in the center of the room, so it'll be 60 feet.
Hearing Arthur shout, I quickly draw my bow and...
Yep, and fire. Again, make an attack roll. It's a straight attack roll for you because you are an archer.
24.
Oh, that's enough.
you just seen the dice. It went from a number and then just dropped down.
into something to high. So Fanrin quickly loads his arrow, pulls it back. The fire of the dragon bow drawstring ignites, warm to his touch as he releases. It flies through the air, and just as Farnsworth grabs it, hits his hand, goes through both his hands. Go ahead and roll damage for it. He drops the idol, which falls off the pedestal and hits the ground.
That's 8 points of damage. Or fire damage.
Can I dash over and try and grab?
Before you do that, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
After that attack.
Yes.
As you witness Farnsworth shift form.
Okay.
He begins to drop his disguise an old man. He begins to look almost just like a tissue. Tendrils begin to red bloody tendrils begin to extrude from his body. The tendrils seem to be oozy and jelly-like in nature. His humanoid form becomes almost like muscle and tissue, no skin at all.
Mm-hmm.
He turns to you in a sort of a creepy voice and goes, "You've forced my hand. I need to survive. So I'll take your memories. And with this idol back in town, I can feed on memories for the rest of my life." And
time to save this town.
we will take a break as they all roll initiative. As you approach the room and witnessed Farnsworth change form into this creature, saying that he wants to survive and he needs this idol so he can feed on memories for survival. We roll initiative to start the combat. Arthur goes first with 21, Findham with 19, and Fannerin had 10. So what is Arthur gonna do?
So I'm gonna move forward, max speed that I've got. So I'm gonna move straight forward. How many feet? 30 feet. Yep. So if I move 30 feet forward,
you can get there. You can dash to get closer.
No, I'm gonna stay there first. I'm gonna turn around and be like, let's move in as a team, and I end my turn.
Okay.
That's my action for the
Perfect.
whole time.
Can you get to you? 5, 10, 15, 20. No, so he can't. So he's going to wait there, and he's going to cast Detect Thoughts on you. So please, can you make, I believe it is a Constitution saving throw.
So Constitution saving
I'll
throw.
double check.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a natural 1. You can roll whatever you want. It's a natural 1.
Oh no, sorry, Wisdom saving throw.
Still natural 1 anyway.
Natural 1. Okay, so you fail. So he wants to get. So you have to give this to him.
Mm-hmm.
An insight into your reasoning and emotional state.
A reasoning and an
Like
emotional
your
state.
reason of like why you're back of the team, as well as your feelings at the moment. Like, are you angry? Are you...
I just want to obey the law. So from what you've done to town, I just want to put you, either kill you or put you in prison because of the wrongdoing that you've done to this town of stealing people's memory.
Okay, and is that that's your insight and feelings? Okay,
Yeah, that's my insight and feelings.
perfect. Okay, there's not much more he can do this turn because he doesn't really want to get any closer. So then it is Findham's go.
Okay. What's the distance between me and the doctor?
About 60 feet? 70 feet?
About 70.
70. Okay. I'm good.
No, it's 60 feet exactly. Sorry, no, 60 feet exactly from you.
Okay. Look, yeah, I'm just going to run my full speed, which is maximum 30.
Straightforward?
I assume that next to...
You're
next to
10 feet away from
Arthur.
Arthur. Yeah.
Okay, 10 feet away from...
Yeah, he's directly parallel to you, but just 10 feet away. If you want to, you can get up to him with another 30 feet.
Feet is fine. 30 feet is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so can I cast a magic?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a level 1 spell.
Yeah. What's the saving throw?
So, well, let me roll the damage first. Let me roll the range spell attack first.
Range spell attack. Okay.
See if I got it. Yeah, because I need to get it first. Not doing so good. I think I got 17.
That's
Sorry,
enough.
14.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to roll Constitution saving throw.
Right. So he has failed your spell.
Okay, so first of all, the way that I do it, I look at my hand and then kind of pointing at you using the whole fist, like that,
So you
and then cast.
Yep. So you salute and cast Ray of Sickness. And as you the ray comes out of your hand towards the monster creature in front of you. As it hits him, you feel that the poison takes hold, and it's how much damage?
17.
Oh, that's quite good. So he takes 17 points of damage, and he because he failed his Constitution saving throw, he is poisoned until his next turn, which isn't too good for him.
Do I have one more action?
You're a cleric, so you wouldn't have a second action. You'd have a bonus action if you wanted to, so you can cast a cantrip as a bonus action. but it has to meet the requirements for that.
Cash healing word. So the way I do it, I touching my left shoulder, move to the right shoulder, and then I say,
and instantly heal yourself. So, perfect. So I think that's all you can do this turn.
and then I would get 1d4.
Yep, you get a D4 of
Since I got 6, plus my spell cast.
1D4,
Jeez.
not a D6.
Oh. Yep.
Second time that has happened.
Second time. I still got 4.
Max on both dice.
That's 7.
Perfect.
So I got 11 total coming back.
Okay, so you're healed 11 points, and then it is Fandarin's go.
I will also make some movement. Can I make... Actually, what's Farnsworth done so far? Standing there.
He's just to you. He's just basically stood there.
What when he's not trying to run away with the idol?
He was trying to run away with the idol, so he did grab it. When you
Okay.
fired the arrow, he dropped it, and then the way combat works, it all happens almost simultaneously. It's 6 seconds per initiative round. So this is all sort of simultaneously. It's all like really quick.
I will, in that case, go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and fire another 2 arrows.
Oh, go for it.
Using drag and draw string. It's going to attack twice. Oh, not very good. 12. Must attack. Oh, 10 for the second.
So unfortunately, you fired both arrows, and he sort of sees them both coming, and he managed to sort of dodge and duck out of the way of the arrows. Not quite on target, but just trying desperate to try and get this weird sort of creature with the tendrils flying. It's making it a bit awkward. See where he is. Back to the top of the round. It is Arthur's turn.
Okay then, so I am going to move diagonally 1, 2, 3, and then go up twice.
So that's
that makes me
30
in
feet.
range of him.
25 feet, sorry.
So I am now going to get my longsword and I'm going to swipe on him.
Yep.
Literally go for a swing on the right, from the right. As my I'm always right-handed, so and I do my attack at 10.
That does not hit. So you go to longsword, and he sort of sees it come, and he uses one of his tendrils just to whack it out of the way.
And then I get a second attack.
Yeah.
As of my class. So that makes 16.
That does hit.
That does hit. So I do 1d8, which is a 4 plus 5, which is 9 plus another 2, because I'm a dueling skill, makes 11.
So the first one you come with from the right side. You manage to sort of jump and dodge it. But you come back with almost like a flourish. Come back from the right hand side, and just sort of nick his weird tissues. It's like humanoid flesh, to be fair. That's how it feels like when the weird ooze tentacle stuff is very weird. And as you sort of brush past it, you feel like it draining energy from you. Anything else you'd like to do? You still got a bonus action, and you can move 5 feet.
Not this round. I will.
Okay. As a bonus action, one of the tendrils begins to form a person, that of the gladiator you saw earlier. Its form almost looks indistinguishable, apart from the tendril that links from him. He's also going to use his action, and he looks at you with deep longing. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I dropped my phone. I dropped my dice, and it is a 13 plus 1, which is 14.
Oh, so unfortunately that's a fail. So you take
Count
8d8.
that one.
8d8s.
Yep, 8 damage.
Okay.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 28, 34, 38 points damage.
Okay.
Lee, would you say count the one that the doctor just did? Is a attack roll?
It's not an attack roll, it's a magic. It's a magic. And you also need to roll a d4, please.
A d4.
Yep.
3.
3.
I'm just wondering, because he's also poisoned, would you affect it?
No, I wouldn't, because it's a magic.
Okay.
Right, so you have become memory drained. You feel all the psychic damage from you, and for a moment you have the weirdest sensation that you can't really remember why you're here. For the purpose of this, you have what that scores on your 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. You now need to minus that from any attack roll you make.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yep. That's all he can do at the moment. That's all he can do at the moment. Because that's all he can do this turn. So then it is back to Finland's go. So, how do you want to finish this?
So this is my sword here. So I literally go up like this, and then when I go across, it's crossblade, and destroy him.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. So would you say?
So what you want to? So as you swipe up from the
Was it a charmed type of thing, or was this because
Oh, sorry.
obviously it was like continuously?
It's not a charm.
Okay. It's not sort of like a spell on him, that kind of thing.
No, it's more than any.
Got it. I guess I can't help him.
You're
Okay, so I'm.
about 30 feet away from him.
30 feet away.
Yeah, from
Can I, in
Farnsworth.
that case, can I walk 20 feet?
Yeah, you're 10 feet away from him,
Mhm.
and you're also 10 feet away from the golden idol on the pedal center of this room.
And I cast a magic called Spirit Guardian.
Oh,
So it's a level 3 spell.
what do you want it to
I
look
will
like?
cast it on myself. So those. Well, first of all, what about is you will cast Force Spirit to protect you. So depending on are you an evil person or a good person? And I'm a good. So I could now summon sort of like that kind of creature. Choose how many creature they can see the effect. So in that case, I choose all the enemies.
Yep. Well, it's one enemy, and effectively extensions of him.
Yeah,
So
it's one.
you effectively it's only. Yeah, it'd be like 2 effectively.
Yeah.
At the
So
moment.
In that case, this like within this 15 feet range.
Yep.
And so the effective creature's speed cut in half. The one they're half now. And when there is first turn, they need to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they need to take a 3d8 radiant damage. If I'm good.
Yeah, and then on a
If
yeah.
was take a half.
Okay. What do you want your spirit? What do you?
Fairy.
Yeah, so you want fairies to float up around you. So now
It's 4 fairies around it.
now 4 fairies are floating around, and just to rotate and around almost like a makeshift shield. Anything you want to do for a bonus action? And you've still got 10 feet. Yeah, you have a bonus action left, and
So is it his turn that he has to roll the wisdom saving throw then?
Yeah. On that.
Okay.
Enemy's
only
Yeah,
if to his area.
Oh, okay.
But it's on his turn. He is, yeah, he is. Is there anything?
I think. Because I'm just wondering. Effect. How long does that last? Is that just one turn?
One until his next turn. You wouldn't have known that.
Okay.
It would have had some effect, but you didn't have any.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else you can, it is.
Actually, one more thing. Can I cast Shell Fate?
Shield of Faith is a reaction, so you can do it as a reaction, but it doesn't. It gives you like a bonus to AC,
I see.
but only as a reaction. So you wouldn't be able to cast it now, because you'd use the spell up and you couldn't use it for the rest of the turn. So it'd be a waste of a spell, really. If he attacked you or someone attacked you, then you could cast it.
Okay.
Do your spell slot. Right, so then Fandarin's go.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so as a bonus action, shout to Farnsworth. What was your purpose?
I must feed. This will help me feed. And it points to the.
Okay, feed on this, and I fire 10 more arrows.
Use when you talk. Was that bonus action?
Bonus action,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, so led to the bonus.
Feed on this.
So a quick
dragons.
shout on a bonus action.
Oh my god.
Fandarin loads his.
Okay.
The 20 doesn't. So you pull, put 2 arrows. You fire them both at the same. One kind of drifts off and goes off a bit of an angle, and the other one does.
Take 12 points of fire damage.
That's good.
Score.
That is high. It takes a lot of points of damage.
I understand where I am. I'm not moving either.
Yep. Nice and safe. A good 25 feet away. At the top of the round.
If I move diagonally right, does he get an attack of opportunity, or am I still in his?
If you're
vicinity?
moving to attack him,
I will be.
then that's fine.
Okay. Poison surge.
Yeah.
So that means that I get an extra
Extra action.
And are you allowing an extra bonus as well, or not?
Only
That's fine, not a
action
problem.
surges only.
So I move across to the corner. No,
that way.
yeah.
So
that
you
way.
jump on the pedestal.
Yeah, go
Yep,
on the
it's
pedestal.
now 10 feet higher than it is.
Yeah. And then my first action. Or was that my poison surge?
Action surges and bonus action.
Yeah. So I get 2 actions in
So
one
you
turn.
get 2 actions.
So on my first action, I pick up, because I'm right next to the thing, aren't I?
Yeah.
So I pick up the statue
Yeah.
and I hold on to it for the moment,
Okay.
thinking what I can do.
Oh. As you pick up the statue, you feel the energy that was drained from you almost be restored to you. You no longer have that disadvantage.
Yes! I feel like life is coming back to me. Oh! And I attack twice. So
Yeah,
my
go
first
for it.
attack is a natural 1.
Oh no, that definitely. So you take it, and the power from the idol would just completely miss with the first sword.
And then the second one is 17 plus 7.
That hits.
Plus 8.
That hits for sure.
And 1d8, which is 2, which is 9, plus another 2, which is 11. And I can't do anything else, can I? Except for move.
That's
But
it.
I can't do move, so
Um.
what I can do.
Oh, he's gonna have to. Because you got the. So now, because of the situation, he's going to bring his. Let's try and see. Yep, he bring his pseudopod. Begins to eerily walk to
Closer
you.
me.
Well, no, he needs to do the saving throw first.
For
Yes.
oh yeah, he does, yeah, for the for the shield, yeah. He fails that saving throw. He does take damage.
You do it, yeah.
Yeah. So the fairies that are spinning around,
Oh yeah.
the spirit guardians, basically pummel him. 8 damage.
I mean, like, use the like radiant damage. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
it's
if
radiant
that-
damage.
Yeah.
No,
Still do 3d8 though.
just still does 3d8, so I still need the damage roll.
So what?
I need 3. You need to roll 3.
Okay. Yep, this time it was d8.
He's got the right dice this time.
10.
I got 6, 4, so 10. Last one,
10.
17. Again, 17 again.
That's not too bad. He gets pummeled by the fairies as he brings his pseudopod round to you. He creates so his first another pseudopod, which, funny enough, looks like you.
Yes.
Um,
Anyone would look like me.
so there's a pseudopod that looks like basically looks like Arthur. This one's got 2 eyes.
I see how it is.
But he's connected with the tendrils. He brings his first pseudopod, which looked like the
Good old
the
John.
2, Tim or John, or one of the other people you bumped into. Unsure. Make on you. So that's a 20, not
Yeah.
natural.
Hit.
And that's 4d6.
Oh,
They're strong, like he's a powerful monster. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 points of damage.
I'm down.
As you fall, he's then not going to eat anyone's memories, but he's just going to take that off you as you're unconscious, lying down on the pedestal. That is his go.
The moment that he got it back,
Yes.
like anything, did it look anything different?
No. So he gets it back, and nothing is for him, as such. It's more of what it can do. You get the impression. That is his go. So back to Finn's go.
Lee, can I just poison though?
Poison gives you disadvantage to attack rolls and ability rolls for 1 turn. An attack roll or ability roll. So you would have had it for this one if he was poisoned, but the poison only lasted 1 turn. So pseudo magical attacks or creature attacks won't have disadvantage because they're more spell mechanics. So what are you doing? And to be fair, he's looking kind of like he's looking quite damaged. A few more good hits and he's down.
Turn?
Yes.
I just attack. Well, okay,
You're 10 feet away.
10 feet away.
Yeah, 10 feet away. Arthur's fallen unconscious in front of you. Fanta just next to him, just taking idol. their pod also next to Arthur.
Can I use? I get on my spell at this point. Upload. I'm wondering if I use healing word on Arthur.
Yeah, he would be healed.
Does it come back?
Yeah, he would.
Come
Yeah,
back?
yeah, he would.
Yeah, healing
And
word,
then I
don't you?
can use that as a
What?
bonus
Kill
action.
wounds after touching.
And I can use bonus action.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's a spell, isn't it, or is it a cantrip for you? Is
Mm,
is it a can?
no, it's
No. But you can still cast a cantrip as an action if you've got one. So you can use healing word on him, and then cast a cantrip as an action.
yeah, of course. Okay.
So you're casting healing word. What's the?
I cast healing word as a bonus action first.
Yep.
So 1d4 plus 7.
Yep. So Arthur gets healed 9 points and comes back to consciousness. You are considered prone. So you're still prone, but you are now awoke. A really weird sensation of being like, or not really dead, but okay. What do you want to do for your action?
For my action, can I using can I use the guiding bolt?
So go ahead and make a attack roll for guiding bolt.
So I need to make a range
Yeah, range attack.
attack.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean a spell attack roll.
So if I hit the target could make this damage.
Yep. That does hit. That hits. You managed to go ahead and roll damage.
Yep, the first one is 4. Second one is 6, so 10. Third one is 4, so 14. Last one, 1.
So 15.
15 total.
Quite
Pretty good.
dramatic.
Which it's not super amazing, but it's pretty good. A guiding bolt by just flicking hands up. And then the guiding bolt just sort of shoots through the tissue, like the muscly tissue, and it seems to go through damage, but he's still strong. He's got a couple more chances to absorb you.
Absorb you.
Yep. And on the next attack roll, make against the target.
Yep, he has advantage.
I have advantages.
Yep. Perfect. Do you want to move, or you want to stay where you are?
Oh, what? So if he's got. So if we make attack rolls against him, we got.
The next person makes attack roll against him has advantage until his turn.
until his turn.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you're
am I 10 from him?
yes, you are. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I stay.
Yep. Perfect. So Fandrin, you are still a good 60 feet away.
I want to check for DM first.
35 feet away.
On this happened. I want Ridicus, if possible, to.
Yeah.
Can you charge and grab something?
Yeah. What do you want to grab?
With the idol.
Yeah, it'll be his action, but you can do that. Yeah, for sure.
Because that's my first action. I'll send Ridicus feet, so he's quite fast.
Yep.
So we'll have a token, but maybe he's a.
Yep.
Good dice.
Ridicus is going to.
15, 20, 25.
He's on him. He's got the idol.
Oh, yes, he's got the idol.
No, he's got the idol. So Farnsworth, because he took it off as part of the action in the last turn. So Riddigus can take it, but it has to be.
Okay, so I thought it was freestanding. So it's
No. But you can do it. No, we can definitely try. But you have to make basically a grapple check for Riddigus.
Yeah, we'll try that then.
Yeah. Yes. So he runs towards. So Riddigus bounds to Farnsworth, jumping be his strength effectively.
16.
Sorry, that was a 19 plus 2, so 21 in total.
Right.
So it's a good attempt. And it tries to. Riddigus tries to grab the idol. Farnsworth is not letting go of this idol. He wants that idol.
Well, as a bonus action, as Fandurin this time, I will cast a 2nd level Hail of Thorns.
Ooh.
I'm over there wrong. Yeah, so he said 2nd level Hail of Thorns. Things. And
so make a ranged.
What is this when I make an attack?
Yeah, make a ranged attack, and then you get extra damage.
My second action, I will fire an arrow at.
Okay, perfect.
Don't forget you.
Yeah, you have advantage for the guiding bolt.
I need that.
You needed that.
Definitely needed it.
Oh, 17.
That's enough.
Okay.
17's enough. So you see Bagheera run towards Farnsworth. You seeing Riddigus run towards. You take the opportunity to pull back the arrow and fire. Dead on target. It even like ignites the dragon bow drawstring. Ignites the arrow and makes it like a steaming arrow just flying. Bit of steam trail, but so accurate and so quick.
So
hits him for
a dexterity saving throw. Well, actually, both will have to.
Oh, definitely failed that one.
That was 7 for the bow, and 1d10 piercing damage additional. Do I roll that?
So d10 is that one.
Thank you. So we're blind. 8.
Well, 8. So not bad at all.
So 7 plus 8 plus.
So, yep. So he's looking super rough. Plus 4 as well. So he's actually looking good. A really good roll. The arrow sort of through him, and you can kind of see the tissues getting warm, like it's falling apart. So it's almost like shredding and sort of falling apart itself. He is not happy. Arthur, who's currently prone with 9 hit points.
Okay then.
Back alive.
First of all, I stand up.
So that's half your movement gone. So you've got 15 feet. You've got a pseudopod directly to your right, and Farnsworth in front of you.
Farnsworth.
Yep. Go for it.
I attack Farnsworth. Advantage on it, don't I?
You do.
So that is a 11 or a 11 plus 7 is 18.
That hits.
And then I'm looking.
Yep.
All the damage in a minute. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So he gets to double his roll.
I'll roll advantage anyway, but
I don't need it.
still natural 20. First attack.
Yep.
Is 3 plus 7, 10 plus another 2 is 12.
Yep.
And then the second attack, 5 plus 7 is 12 plus another 2 is 14.
Yep, but
So
you've got
26.
to double the 5.
Double the 5,
So
10 plus 7 is 17 plus 2 is 19.
19. Yep. So
plus
basically that's
12
like
is 27.
27 damage in total.
So I'm going to use my ultimate move, blade. So I go into a star and then I just put my blade away. Hopefully.
Okay. Not quite. Doesn't quite happen that way. You do manage to use your star move. Swipe up, swipe down, and basically draw a star on his chest. The bits of tissue in red gooey jelly ooze just flicking out at bits. And as you're doing this, a pseudopod's trying to attack you. And he just gets shredded to bits. As the star falls out, the shape of a star falls out of his tissue, he collapses to the ground, and the red ooze just sort of gooping along the floor and just sort of spreading out slowly. The two instantly disperse into just a pile of goo. And there is silence in the chamber.
Can I use second wind, please?
Yes, you can, and you may heal yourself.
And I walk up to see. Okay.
Because I don't know what might happen next, so might as well.
Can I just heal him?
5.
Yep. So
11 plus 5 plus 6, 11.
11. Yep, so you managed to all heal each other. And for the sake of brevity, I assume you want to leave.
No, I grabbed the
we take
statue
idol with us?
first.
Yeah, with the idol.
Grab the idol, yeah.
So you grab the idol, and as you go through the door, you can actually find yourself with this golden idol. Walk straight through the crack. Your way back out of the cave system using the mine.
Is our clone?
Yes, as you walk through with the golden idol, your clones are no longer there. And you manage to make your way. John gone.
There's no more.
John never made it. I'm sorry. We pray for John.
R.I.P.
You make your way back through the surface. You make your way back to the town. The memory you can restore with this golden idol. Of the physician's office and what you can find, you gather that the reason that the creature he was fed or lived on the memories of other people. The memories have become so corrupted that he could no longer feed on them. The idea of the golden idol was to give him almost an unlimited resource of memories to feed on and to keep living.
It's interesting.
And that's where we'll end the session. The good thing about D&D is a lot of that information is already there in the story, and it's just asking the right questions or getting the right roles or looking in the right area. There is a couple of occasions in this session to avoid some difficulty by some clever creative thinking. So it's well done to them players. I hope they enjoyed.
And Lee, thank you very much for doing our first ever DMing for our first D&D series. We're going to have more coming, and hopefully one day Lee will join later. I mean, he's always been our DM, so being a player for him is actually a new thing. So hopefully we'll get through it. I certainly enjoyed this. This is all made up by us and is all done by Lee. So, like I said, you can see how good he is as a DM. Well, in my opinion, good DM. I really.
Yeah.
And Wong. Wong's been playing with a voice modifier all this time.
Don't worry, that's not Fonz.
Yeah, you liked it, and if you did enjoy it, remember to give us a like and subscribe. If you want to see more just one shots, campaigns, or perhaps even just some tutorial videos, then leave a comment.
Also, another thing too, I'm really interested in this. This playlist that we're going to call it is going to be called Roleplaying. Grant was the one who came up with the idea as L playing. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
So thank you. It's goodbye from us.